discover the ability to use new weapons, play as distinct characters, and explore undiscovered territory. All of this is made possible via game mods and novel features. Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the game mods and features of the new Counter-Strike 2. So, let's begin. Counter-Strike 2 attempts to breathe new life into the franchise over a decade after the first premiered, with cutting-edge visual effects, improved lighting, and a reworking of legendary Counter-Strike Global Offensive maps. CS2 is prepared to deliver an upgraded, more responsive experience while retaining the franchise's essential fast-paced, team-based first-person shooter action. While exciting, this new Counter-Strike presents certain concerns. It's a very fascinating game. It will open up a lot of new perspectives on Counter-Strike, a game that has been around for a long time and has virtually maintained the same feel for many, many years. It'll be fascinating to watch how much the game changes when new items are released over the following few years. This is a more generic feature, yet it is strongly related to the gameplay experience. The game items appear more realistic because of Source 2's enhanced technology. Walk about and take in the hues and reflections. It seems like a visual boost, which may encourage some players to spend more time in Counter-Strike 2 and therefore enhance their abilities. Smoke grenades are more effective thanks to improved physics in this new game engine, and the effect is more than just aesthetic. The developers enhanced the structure of these virtual items, resulting in several practical modifications. It's one of Counter-Strike 2's most significant new features. As previously reported, smoke may flood the game area dynamically based on where you activate such a grenade. This changes the situational game, and devoted players may wish to revisit their favorite smoking areas. The texture of the smoke is distinct. Previously, you could get an advantage by leaping in the smoke cloud to see and shoot opponents. However, this is no longer possible in CS2. Instead, opponents will have a better chance of noticing you jumping over the haze. If this is one of your Counter-Strike tendencies, train more and experiment more. The scenarios in which leaping works and does not function may be significantly disturbed. High explosive grenades clear smoke for a short period of time, around 2 seconds. This is ample time for a CT player to try to disarm the device covertly. The application of this Counter-Strike 2 feature extends well beyond that scenario. Both teams make extensive use of smoke to conceal their movements and location. A quick peek beyond this curtain might jeopardize your or someone else's goals. Shooting through smoke has the same effect as throwing grenades. The bullets temporarily clear the mist, allowing gaps enabling you and your opponents to view what's on the other side. Another new feature of Counter-Strike 2 smoke is more fascinating than useful. The hue of the smoke cloud varies based on who purchased the grenade. CT cigarettes are more bluish, whereas T cigarettes are yellowish. This component of gaming is crucial. If you have a well-developed ability to throw different grenades over a long distance, it may make or break your personal and team success. The throw practice in Counter-Strike Go was quite obscure. However, in CS2, you can see the exact location of the object if you throw it from a certain location. This is handled on a separate screen. The tactic of jumping and tossing items to make them travel further is just as tough to master in CS2 as it is in CSGO, but it works considerably better in real-world battles. The training screen isn't much assistance while leaping, and it's difficult to tell where the grenade will land. However, because of the better physics in CS2, leaping and throwing need less precision. The trick is easier to do. To wrap out our examination of CS2 grenades, consider the new feature of watching them in the game. That is something we could do with weapons in CSGO, for example, to enjoy CS2 skins. It is now possible to do so with all grenade kinds. Is this feasible? Not at all, but it's certainly cool. The game sounds a lot better now too. They provide players with a greater knowledge of where their opponents are at any given time and what they're doing. Additional practice may be required to get the most out of this function. Every dropped object has a distinct sound. You'll know what's out there if your ear is trained. An explosive grenade, smoke, or deception. The radar minimap informs participants about the range of their sounds. Consider your dot on the map, then the blue circle. This is the range within which your opponents can hear you. The sooner your actions are relayed to the server, the greater impact they have in super-fast Counter-Strike battles. This feature is heavily influenced by the game's tick rate, which is substantially higher in CS2. It's basically an interval for the server to update everything that's going on in the game. Some tick updates are introduced in CS2, which speeds up computation and data sharing. In Counter-Strike 2, player actions are virtually perfectly synced. Yes, the difference is mostly for high-level gaming, but you may profit as well. The UI modifications do not stop with the process of purchasing CS2 weapons before each round. However, this is likely the most significant of all interface-related modifications. To make correct judgments and activities within the time constraints, you must adjust your behaviors. You can see what your teammates choose when you buy CS2 firearms and accessories. It's great for online matchmaking when you don't have a regular team to play with but still want to coordinate your purchases. Mistakes in purchasing may be corrected owing to the possibility of selling weapons in CS2. This takes time, and it is best avoided in competitive play. Having a solution, on the other hand, is an excellent idea. Recoil is an important aspect of weapon play in Counter-Strike. This section is well known to veteran players who recognize that bullets do not always shoot exactly into the crosshair. It is a notion that novices must grasp. However, in CS2, there is an option that allows players to change the crosshair and repeat the recoil patterns. This functionality may be perplexing to people who have played enough CSGO. However, it may be useful to newbies to the shooting genre. Extra practice is required to form an accurate assessment of this feature. And we need to see it in the final build. Things might change before the release because this is simply a community observation, not an official disclosure. However, it appears to be significant, so we included it in our list of new CS2 features. This may appear to be a small feature, but the ability to draw on the Counter-Strike map can improve your team's performance. No modifications distinguish CS2 from CSGO. It's the same team-based shooter, but with a more strategic component. Observing micro-maps at professional esports competitions frequently feels like watching a chess match. Do not undervalue the significance of coordinated actions and appropriate team planning. This option is now available immediately in spectator mode. Open the map and start drawing. Your innovative ideas will astound your opponents. Nobody likes cheats, so having a mechanism that protects the Counter-Strike community from such quote-unquote players is fantastic. VAC Live is an enhanced Valve anti-cheat system designed specifically for CS2. It's sent to operate far better than the old one, and a cheater can be banned very fast, even in the middle of a match. The Counter-Strike developers appear to take this aspect very seriously. It is more difficult to bring complicated cheat software to CS2, and the punishment will be swift and unyielding. If you enjoy tinkering with the workshop and are on the creative side of Counter-Strike, you should check it out in CS2. It's designed for Source 2 and includes several new utilities. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!